Good morning. Yes, we're starting early because I like being early. And look, my background is no longer a green screen. This is my office. It is very gothic vampire theme, um, which I appreciate and very, very much love and adore. Um, yes. Um, it is cold here today. It has been raining all night. It's gonna rain all day today. The roads are a little bit icy. So, yeah. I have my lovely cup of tea out of my Midnight Codex mug. Today we are drinking the brand Wittard. And it is a mango and bergamot green tea. And for the brewing instructions, yes, the bags come with brewing instructions. Um, per cup, infuse one tea bag with water heated to 75 degrees Celsius for Fahrenheit transfer. Hi, Ash. Good morning. Um, for our Fahrenheit people, for this cup of tea, it needs to be 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And you only brew it for 2 to 3 minutes. With green tea, you don't brew very, very long. And same with herbals. Um, so I love bergamot. I love mango. I have a whole box of surprise teas that I got from my stepmother for Christmas this year. So I've been rolling a die for this to see which one I want to have. And I have a ton of other teas in this house. I have tea everywhere in this house. So today the game we're playing, it is called This Is My House. It is made by a creator called Dex Creepy or Dax Creepy. Um, and you can find this on their website on www.smalltowncreepy.com. They also have an itch.io that you can buy this game from. I will make it very, very clear this was gifted to me by the creator itself. So please support small indie solo TTRPG writers and everything. This is based on Sentinel, which is another version of a game. It's very easy, cozy. Cozy. I say cozy. It is not cozy. So, yes, it comes with content and warnings and safety tools. So, by the way, with this series, it is basically me having a cup of tea and running through solo TTRPGs for the very first time. These are my first impressions, going right through it. The previous times that I've done it, I've done this series back in 2023, and it was only on YouTube. It is still on our YouTube. I did The Wretched, Anonymesis, I don't know how to pronounce that word, and 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. All of those are pretty neat. 1,000-Year-Old Vampire and The Wretched were both card-based games, though The Wretched also had a Jenga tower involved, and Anonymesis is a tarot-based solo TTRPG. As always, this is how we're showing the game. I'll be writing it in here, and then when it goes up on the YouTube, y'all get to see my live Google Doc that I am typing up for this game after this session that you get to see on the YouTube, and you can follow along with the story and see how it plays, and I will also put the prompts and stuff that I used for what I did so you understand where we were in the game. Other than that, how is everybody this morning? Before we actually get started, I kind of just want to sit and vibe for a couple minutes. So, how is everybody doing? Oh my god, this is really good. I love a good cup of tea. I got the Drizzt board game. I found out at the. You finally got the game! Oh my god, good. I love green tea. Yes, go get some tea. Come hang out and drink some tea, Mara. Yes. Yes. I love Drizzt. I do know there's a TTRPG, I think. I'm so glad you got the game. Because I remember you talked about it, I think it was like a month or two ago. You told me that you found it and you didn't go get it the first time you saw it. But I think I'm curious as to how it plays when you play it. Let me know. Um but we're just here to be cozies and stuff. So, with this game, it is a horror game. It does contain the themes of death, loss, and interaction with the supernatural. Thankfully, us, the player of this game, we are absolutely in control of how we want it to be. But I do like how the author put, and the writer, the creator of this, put, it's like you can make it spooky, like Corpse Bride, Haunted Mansion, and Frankenweenie, or sinister, like 13 Ghosts, The Shining, and Frankenstein, or weird, like the others, Skinamarink and Crimson Peak. Um, as a reminder, you need to give yourself safety tools, give your permission to stop anytime you feel uncomfy. Remember, this game is supposed to be fun, scary, not keep you awake at night kind of vibes. Just so you know, I am probably going to lean towards Corpse Bride, Haunted Mansion, and Frankenweenie. I do love Frankenweenie. Cute movie. But you can also skip prompts in this game if you really do want to. Reminder, they do also have a section on bleed in this game. Bleed is emotions you feel while playing a game like anger, fear, or sadness that follow you out of game and affect you afterward. Aftercare can give you time to release your mind from the game and put boundaries between the phantom you embody in this game and your real identity. This can look like journaling, a walk, meditation, turning to media that's a different genre and vibe this game, talking it out with friends, or snack or drink something. And it is a good time to recenter and do things. As always, there is the author has the Olivia's rule, which is no fascists allowed. However, if you're a fascist, you're not welcome to play this game. It is against the rules. If you're reading this and thinking you're calling everyone you disagree with a fascist, then you're probably a fascist. Point blank. And are incapable of self-reflection, and you're certainly not treating concerns of oppressed populations with the gravity they deserve. Don't play this game. Heal yourself, grow, learn, watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Or something to learn how to care about other people. The text for Olivia rule is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 license. Credit to Machine Age Productions. So, the things you will need to play. A standard deck of playing cards. However, I will be using an app called Random Card because I could not find my deck of cards firsthand. A set of polyhedral dice. Got my dice bag. A way of journaling the experience. As I said earlier, I'll be writing everything in here, and we'll be talking about it as we go. And I will make a Google Doc for this game after this episode is over and type it all up for everyone for this session, because we'll be doing this every Wednesday and Friday. And the game. So let's start with character creation, I guess. So, yes, we're a phantom that is haunting and taking care of a house. That is basically the premise of this game. So, character creation. We have to do a name, pronouns. Who were we in life? We're gonna leave a big section for that in case, because I write really big, so I have problems. What do you look like now as the Phantom? Ooh, that's gonna be fun. We're gonna leave a little bit of a big section, such as what supernatural occurrences appear when you appear manifest. How did I die? And how has my life or death connected to the location? Okay. So, let's see. Let me think of a name. I'm also trying to think of the time era. I think I'm gonna do pronouns they, them. Ooh, found a passion fruit pineapple green tea back now, but I've been listening. Ooh, I love passion fruit and pineapple for a green tea. Those are very good fruits for a green tea. So we're gonna do they, them for the pronouns. I'm trying to think of a name that's very gender neutral. Though I think of how we died, I don't want to. You know what? Since we're drinking a cup of tea, let's just say murdered. Ooh, murdered by our sister-in-law. And I'm gonna put quotations in sister-in-law. Okay. Through poison. In the teacup. This was to obtain the deed to the house. The location. How is your life or death connected you to this location? They were the former owner, actual owner of the house. I love how we're just skipping around and, you know, just not naming my character yet. The actual owner of the house. Character design is one of my favorite parts of playing TTRPGs. I've been helping a few Darklings that are new to 5e who are in my Fessel the Forgotten test run. I have them 3 questions to start and then I then build from. I use them when I build my own characters. Ooh, I love stuff like that. Okay. So they were the actual owner of the house. View the house, the sister-in-law. The sister-in-law. Also wanted to marry the spouse. And when I say marry the spouse, they were not siblings. That's why I put sister-in-law in quotes. So, what do you look like now as the Phantom? You know what? I do love a good Victorian horror, so I may do Victorian. Um, we're gonna do pristine, not rotting, very Victorian, And I'm going to do Victorian steampunk, and you'll understand why in a second, because a lot of Victorian clothing were not actually heavily in lace or anything. So I love lace. I love lace. So very kind of frilly, very prim, proper Victorian steampunkish. Lace top with frilled bell sleeves. Gave them, man, I can't type today. I need caffeine. I understand that. I got mine right here. Bell sleeves, I'm gonna say type of vest. A brooch that sits the throat. Pair of pants. Pants and shoes. I say bioluminescent. Like the perfect like blue glow under like the moonlight and stuff. I love that stuff, especially like at the ocean, like the bioluminescent algae. Oh my god. Ah. So the supernatural occurrences, I would definitely say ectoplasma. Things moving. I wouldn't say a cold spot. Not a cold spot. Soft whispers. Ooh, the piano randomly playing. Beverages turn into a bloody red color. Okay. So now we're down to what we were in life and our name. Try and think. What are we gonna do? I kind of like the idea that they were a ghostwriter. So, very common thing about authors that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of authors don't. The most infamous. There is one author that a lot of people know that does not write his own books. It is a series of authors that write under this one name. It's a pen name. Maybe a variation of Tony, Jesse, or Charlie. I like Jesse. I also like Charlie. I may do Charlie because Charlie can be very gender neutral. So we're gonna do Charlie. And we need a last name. Hey, honey! I need a last name. Buford. Can you spell that for me? Would you like me to send it to you? No, spell it for me. B-U-F. Okay. O-U-R-D. O-U-R-D. So hubby suggested Buford as the last name. So I'm going to say they were a writer, a ghost writer. Hubby's doing great. He's getting adjusted to his new position that he has. Pretty soon he'll be on night shifts again. So that'll be a time. So they were a ghostwriter. That came to fame. Ooh, so romance and murder mysteries are very, very popular. I'm gonna do a murder mystery. For murder mystery writing. They were happily married. So they thought. Okay. It's been a good transitions have been smooth. They've been really great for him. So next up on this, which I'm gonna have to flip the page because I write so big, is the house creation. So let's design our house. Okay, cool. House creation. What sort of house? We haunt. We're gonna do this. Is it large or small? How many rooms? Where is it located? What do the grounds look like? How is it different from the neighboring houses? Do the locals... Oh, I love stuff like this. Ah! Thank you, Seb. Hi, honey. Good morning. Okay, do the locals know you're here? And then how? Oh, I'm actually gonna have to do this. Thank you. Yeah, I've for those who have context, I had the flu all last week. I was supposed to premiere this last week, but I had the flu. We were a sicky bean. Very sick. I practically slept a lot. Like I would sleep from like 6 o'clock in the afternoon to like 8 in the morning with this flu. It was bad. It was really bad, and I had a fever for like a few days. It was a rough go. And then the final question is: are there other supernaturals? Ooh, that's gonna be fun. I kind of want to do a werewolf groundskeeper. Um, actually, let's do this. Let's do other entities on the property. I would like to do a werewolf groundskeeper. Let's say they've been there for about 10 years. I need a name for this werewolf groundskeeper. Ugh. Calvin. Okay, his name is now Calvin. Calvin, very soft spoken. I'm gonna say he loves the garden. Okay. Any other supernatural entities? You know what? Let's do a dice roll to see if there's any more. Come here, dice. Oh, I forgot I put all my d10s near the front of this bag. Ugh. Where are my d4s? There it is. I got a d4. Okay, yes. Let's do one more. Ooh, should we do another ghost? Ghost of the sister-in-law. The sister-in-law is in quotes. Cool. Now let's go back. What do the grounds look like? Very upkept. Kept, clean. Seasonal flowers. Lake in the back. Lots of trees. We have to do a weeping willow by the lake. For context for everybody, a lot of people don't know this. When my husband and I got married, we got married by my grandmother's house, and we got married under a weeping willow tree on our wedding day in front of a tiny little pond or lake that was by my grandma's house. And that willow tree held a lot of memories for me, and it was one of my favorite places to go as a child. I would sit there and read and have little picnics under it. Like, that was the tree I grew up with. Um so weeping willows have a little bit of a soft spot for me. And weeping willows actually have a lot of meaning when it comes to when you get married under one. Fun fact. Um, they actually, a lot of people say they symbolize death and everything. They do, but the thing with it is they also symbolize hope. They are a hope tree. Um, and they are also the tree of rebirth, which you know, with marriage, this is how I view it. When you are getting married, you are starting your new life. Ooh, ooh, Az, that is a good idea. You know what? I am writing that down. I am writing that down. I'm writing that down. Oh, oh, I like that. Cool. I wrote that down. Cool. I like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Lots of trees, one weeping willow. With Charlie's gravestone. I do love a good twist of irony for stuff like that. You just made my heart pitter patter for a moment. I'm like, oh, I love stuff like that. Ah, we may just get through character creation today and a little bit of it. That's fine. I don't care. Where is it located? Okay, so let me look up some things. So thank you, Zillow. You're appreciative and helpful for me. Ooh. I think I found one that I really like. It's gorgeous. Now I just gotta see when this was built. That's the thing. 1911. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So we found a place that has. Oh, the lake is in front of the house. Oh, oh, I found a house where there's a lake in front of. Hi guys, we're just doing some research and looking up places right now. I found a place where the lake is in front of the house. It's in front. Oh, and it's a Queen Anne Victorian house. Ah, so that means it is an 1886 house, which is the perfect timing. And this house that I found has been labeled on the Virginia Historic Northern Neck, which is perfect. And it's about the age of the relaxed and gilded era, which is the prime Victorian housing kind of vibes. So it is a large house. It has 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. It is 6,734 square feet, which is a massive size house for context. It was built in 1886. So we're going to do a Queen Anne Victorian house. Built in 1886. It is a I'm gonna have to put on the grounds. It is 46.26 acres. Original gasoliers. Ooh. So it has a carriage house, a smokehouse. Oh my god. So it has heart pine floors. Hi guys, I'm using Zillow to cheat right now on how this house looks like. Heart pine floors. And I will link to the inspiration for this house in my Google Doc that I will provide on the YouTube. So y'all can see exactly what this house looks like, just for context and everything, just so you can actually see it. Hey guys, I like referencing things. Walnut and chestnut floor staircase. 8 wood, 5. Oh, shit. 8 fireplaces. Let me see what other rooms it has. Okay, first floor bedroom, attic, breakfast, foyer, library, office, pantry, porch, spare room, utility closet, utility room, workshop. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Dining room, family room, great room, kitchen, living room, utility room, heating room, cooling room, basement. I'm going to put 12 extra rooms because it even has a basement, which is very, very rare in the state that I am in, because unless it is further north, you usually will not find basements in Virginia. Fun fact, because of the way that the state sits, we are usually at sea level or below, especially where I'm at. So it is in, we're just gonna do, I will not, it is in Virginia. That's all I'm gonna say. And I did check with this place. It is not a plantation home. From what I checked, it is not a plantation home. Oh, it even has a well. So, this house is registered. Hi, King. Good morning. So, this house is registered into the National Historic Places. It is a historical landmark, which means it cannot have certain renovations in this home. Since it is a historical landmark, that means you can't mess with it. So I am going to put it is a historical landmark. I'm actually going to copy this, and my husband's going to be very confused as to why I'm sending him this. I'll be like, hey, I need this for later. Hey, honey? Yeah? Ignore what I'm about to send you. Just ignore it. It's for the game I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
It's for the game I'm playing. It's just a reference of what the house looks like. Gotcha. Okay. Do the locals know you here? I'm gonna say absolutely they do. Absolutely. I would say it's a museum. In a wedding venue. There have been stories of crying at weddings, crying in the bridal suite. Um, Charlie and her sister-in-law, their sister-in-law's beef is a tourist attraction. Yes. Hushed arguments. At 3 a.m. Ectoplasma. In the stables. And actual sightings. I put acting. Good job, Em. Actual sightings. On wedding days. No, we're not gonna do wedding days. Actual sightings after 6 p.m. Cool. I think we got everything selected. Oh, we need a name for the sister-in-law. I'm gonna do Agnes. Because Agnes is a very bitchy name. I'm gonna be honest. Agnes is a bitchy name. You can fight me. It is so bitchy. She's not like a bitch. She is a bitch. Okay, so we got this. This is now, the character creation is now technically done. I am going to embellish a lot of this on the Google Doc that you'll see on the YouTube video. So the gameplay. As I said, we're using a deck of cards off of this. Oh, hi, Brandon. Sorry. A friend of mine just texted me. I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle of something. Hey, thanks. Okay, let's go to my little phone app. We're gonna sweep that up, make sure I have a joker in there. Cool, I do. So, the way that you're gonna set this up is you're gonna get a deck of cards. You're gonna remove the jokers from the deck and shuffle it. I have a phone app, so it is all a random generator. You place one joker back in the deck about 1/3 of the way from the top. The joker marks the end of the game. If you like a lower game, a longer game, you place it lower. If you're like a shorter game, place it higher. So I don't know where the joker is in this deck, so we're gonna play until we no longer have a joker. Draw a single card. The card's suit will direct you to the corresponding prompt. Roll the die associated with that suit and answer the prompt. Discard the card and draw another. Keep answering prompts. Joker's at the bottom. You have to play the whole deck, nerd. I don't know. We'll see where it. If we do the whole deck, we'll be here for weeks. Discard the card and draw another. Keep answering prompts until the Joker's drawn. However, when the Joker is drawn, you have to roll the end of game die and resolve the final prompt. So let's get started. Okay, let's see what we draw first. And I will put down what I drew. So here we go. Swoop. Ace of Hearts. So I'm going to do Ace of Hearts. Just so I know that card was drawn. So with hearts, it is memories and moments within the house. Just so I have that down. So let's roll a d10. Come here, d10s. I have a ton of you because I play World of Darkness. All right, so I'm rolling a d10. We got a 6. Oh, it chose violence. The memory or moment. And we get to describe a time you said, I love you. Ooh. Now I gotta name the spouse. I hate this. We're gonna do... It was a summer night. In the stables. After I... And insert spouse's name here. Went for... long horseback ride. Just to get away from it all. I about fell off my horse. Because my foot got stuck. In the stirrup. He caught me before. Crashed on the ground. I didn't know Agnes was watching. Was nearby watching. I was just a happy newlywed. Blushing and giggling. At the almost mishap. My spouse, of course, teased me. Which I'm going to embellish this a lot more when I sit down and think about it a little bit more, but as of right now, I'm just blocking out what I want to write. My spouse, of course, was teasing me. Of course. Teasing. Good morning, whoever's coming to watch. We're playing This Is My House, which is a story of a ghost that is haunting a house. So this is the story of Charlie, who was an author that wrote murder mysteries that was killed by their sister-in-law. Sister-in-law, in quotes. The spouse and the sister-in-law were not really siblings. Not even cousins, not even related. Which that'll be revealed later on. Right now, the first prompt we're doing is the Hearts, which is a time I said I love you. So far we have written is they just got back from a horseback ride. Her foot got caught in stirrup. Charlie's foot got caught in stirrup, and they fell into their spouse's arms. They did not know Agnes, that's the name of the sister-in-law, was watching all of this and probably fuming. And of course they're giggling and laughing and everything. And of course the spouse is teasing about how their foot got caught in the stirrup. And of course, you know, with all of the giggling and everything, you have to say, I love you so much. So much, and I hope you'll always catch me. Then we hear a noise. We heard a noise of something clattering. Agnes ran off. Ran off into the night. I almost spelled night, K-H-I-N. I can't spell. Don't fall in love. You'll end up on the 20-year boat rides and have to sacrifice all the men under your command. Very true. All right, that was the first prompt. So let's draw another card. We got a club. We got the 4 of clubs. So let's scroll down. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's go to the next page, because I keep writing a bunch. So 4 of clubs. Which means houses are made of stone, wood, and plaster. Don't last forever. Nature will eventually claim us all. What has damaged the house? Come here, D4. Come back. Where'd you go? Get out of my bag. Hi, guys. I'm just a little disoriented. So far, I actually like the layout of this game so far. It's been a good time. Everything is pretty straightforward, and I like how you have to use your brain a little bit at like 10:42 in the morning. Oh my gosh, it's already 10:40. Holy cats. So let's roll. We got a D4. My house caught on fire. Fire. My historical landmark caught on fire. Alright. Describe the damage done. We'll go to that in a second. What room? I'm gonna do the kitchen. Well, we're just gonna... No, we'll do the smoke room. Actually. The smoke room. What has changed? And what did you learn? So we're going to do the smoke room. For those who do not know what a smoke room is, it was a room where smokers were allowed to smoke, and it was commonly used for like people to go smoke cigars. A lot of the old smoke rooms way back when did not have proper ventilation, as they do now in a lot of places. So it would not surprise me if it would catch on fire. Gonna be honest, especially if ashes are not properly disposed of or taken care of, because sometimes the ashes are still hot and they have a little bit of burning coals in them. It would not surprise me, considering most of this house is made out of wood and not really plaster, if that makes sense. So I would say with the smoke room, the furniture is destroyed. The furniture is charred. I'm going to put ash covered. The floors are beyond repair. Only the first floor, because the smoke room is in a separate building, so it is a 2-story building, from what I can gather on the property. The first floor was only affected. Lighting broken. The walls are charred. What did you learn? Dispose ashes properly. Sorry. This may have been an attempt by Agnes to get my attention. Clive did their best to save the building from taking too much damage. Water does not always put out fires. The Historical Society seem very upset. What has changed? The first floor of the smoke room is blocked from public access. Fire was started by cigar ashes. Oh, I'm out of tea. Until further notice. I might turn this section into a news report when I do it on the Google Doc. So I think we're good on this section. Though we don't know who started the fire. Who started it? Ooh. All right. The next card. 2 of diamonds. I think these are diamonds. Yes. Heirloom on the ground. I love describing heirlooms. Now I'm curious, if the wood furniture was lacquered and polished with oils such as keep it happy, would water be used to stop it? Actually, the fire actually make it worse. Theoretically, lacquer and polish would be the first things to burn before the wood. Yes. Actually catches, but fabrics could easily catch shortly after causing a lot of property damage. So the thing with lacquers and oils, especially with the type of furniture oil, especially the lacquers that we definitely used way back when, they are highly flammable. And with stuff like that, water will actually make it worse. The thing that a lot of people do, and I call them like grease fires and everything, you throw baking soda on it. That's what you got to do. But fabrics catch fire. It is ad time. We'll be back in a second. Let me know when you're back, ads. So, okay. No, you're fine. So the thing with lacquers and stuff, it would have to be something like with baking soda or something that has to be taking out like anything with oil and lacquer and stuff. Um, Also with fabrics, yes, they catch very, very easily. But the thing is, it probably caught on one of the fabrics to catch fire first. And fabric fires tend to burn very quickly and very hot. And then once it hits the wood with the lacquers and oils, that catches fire and it gets hot real fast. So we are at 2 of diamonds right now. And we found an heirloom, so we're going to roll for it. I hope I don't have a D4. A collection of loved ones' photos. Are you among them? Okay, so let me double check something. I don't when you actually have to look up historicals. So photography was a thing. I just had to make sure. So the thing with photography, especially during this time era, especially in the 1800s, it was involved with a copper plate with silver nitrate, and exposing to light, and you developed it in mercury vapors. So the image was highly unique. And then paper photography was also a thing as well during this time era, which was using paper or glass negatives to make positive prints, which it was invented by William Henry Fox Talbot. And then the other one was the cartavist, which is thin paper photographs mounted on thick paper card, which allowed for multiple photographies to be made. So 1840s and 1850s was a massive time period for photography as a whole. That is when a lot of concepts and a lot of development for different development types were a very, very big thing. So, just to double check with my house. Okay. Cool. So, with photography, I would definitely say there is a wedding photo. Uh, so with the wedding photo, it's the very classic of just the groom and the bride, very straight faced. Very straight faced. Um, not holding the flowers. Wedding bands could be seen. It is on thick cardstock. Mostly faded. And aged. It has that yellow antique aging. Um, Charlie is there. Charlie is the bride. The eyes of Charlie have a glint of hope. But notices about the groom a small hint of longing. Okay. Photos. I like just doing one photo for this for right now to see what we find. Let's do another card. Oh, who is bothering me? Goodbye. Ugh. We're back on diamonds. Again. So let's roll. Again, more rolling. Whee! We got it. Ugh. No! Okay, porcelain doll. How we feel about it? Question mark. Ah, yes, the time of the game where we're talking about creepy dolls. Oh, God. I think I know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this how I'm gonna type this up on the Google Doc. It is completely different than how I'm doing it on here. Because we're just discussing and talking about how we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be embellished a lot more. And I know I keep repeating myself. I think we're gonna do one more prompt after this one for today. Maybe. So. Porcelain doll may have given us creeps. We don't like that. How do we feel about it now? That means we get to describe the porcelain doll, which means I gotta look up something. I keep having to look up things. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no wonder it would creep me out. We're gonna do a Madame Alexander, doll. Let me double check. Nope. Actual 1886 porcelain. Madame Alexander was not founded until 1923, so we're not doing that. So a lot of dolls in the 1800s, especially in this, were bisque dolls. So I'm doing a lot of historical research on this. Jesus. Bisque porcelain dolls. So which means they were characterized by realistic skin-like matte finishes. And they were very, very popular in the 1860s and 1900, and they were very much made in France and Germany. But during the time of this, they were very much as children playthings more than they were collectible related items. However, do not confuse them with China dolls. China dolls are made of glazed porcelain, and bisque dolls are unglazed. So a lot of people do the interchanging terms of porcelain and bisque more so than bisque and China doll. So a lot of bisque dolls had glass eyes, they had ball joints. And a lot of them were attached to a body made of cloth or leather, or sometimes with a jointed body made of wood, paper mache, or a composition of pulp, sawdust, and glue. Doll bodies were very, very rarely made of bisque because they are very fragile and they are heavy. If it was a doll entirely made out of bisque, they were called all bisque dolls. So that is the type of doll that we are looking at from this time era. So just for context, I guess. So, I'm going to put context for a bisque doll. I'm going to say it's from France. Since she died in 1887, so a year after the house was built. The house was built in 1886. Make her 20 in 87. Yeah, so it will fall into the 1960s for the bisque doll era. That works. Cool. This doll from France, that was from her mother, was from Charlie's mother. Actually, no, this is Agnes's doll. Agnes's mother. The red hair is now mostly gone. Slightly matted. The eyes, probably once blue. Cracked and yellowed with age. Back then, Charlie swore. Charlie absolutely thought the doll was following her. Everywhere. We're going to change the pronouns of our character to they, she, just for comfortability's sakes. So we're going to go back to character creation and change it to they, she. Following her everywhere they went. Not knowing it was Agnes being weird. How does Charlie feel about it now? I say Charlie finds the doll amusing. And moves it themselves. to scare rude guests in the building. Gets a kick out of it. When everyone thinks it's Agnes. Alright. Alright, the last card for today I feel like that we're gonna do, because my wrist is starting to hurt. We're doing a spades today. Okay, so spades. People find their way into the house. Tell us how you tried to run them off. I love this. All right. So, we're going to roll a d8. Where's my d8? Come here, d8. Though I am going to need a d20. Come here, d20. I have too much dice for my life. I swear to God. No, that's a big d20. There's my d8. Let's roll a d8. Can't do that one. 7. Another phantom is here. How are they tethered? Okay. I wanted to be the husband. I think it's through the wedding band that is still in the house. That's how they're tethered here. It's Charlie's husband. Look at me. I'm making up stuff as we go. All right, now we're going to roll a d20. Why does my house keep getting destroyed? Describe what damage they did to your house as you were barely able to drive them out. Why are you destroying my house? They're destroying my house.
Why are they destroying the house?
The ghosts are destroying the house.
Fucking frat boys.
No, it's not frat boys. It's the character's dead husband.
Wait. Is he really that pissed off about the wallpaper?
No, I'm not making it that petty about wallpaper. Actually, I may have him tear up the wallpaper. How do they mess up the house? Plot twist, they were the one that set the fire. The fire. I'm joking. They didn't do the fire. What kind of damage did this guy do to my house? Why are you destroying my house? Why? Ugh. My poor house. I did nothing wrong. So, I'm trying to think. I know what he did. He tore up the wedding. He tore up the bridal suite. Bridal suite. And left shards of ice. And broke a couple windows. After getting into a screaming match with Charlie over Agnes. The fight they had often in life. Charlie threw the ring outside. And poor Clive dropped it in the lake. Hold on 1 second. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to close the office door so hubby can be on a phone call. So as we were, Clive dropped in Lake Wind, filling up the water can. To water the flowers. The ring is now in the lake. He may come back at another time. Could it be because Charlie overheard Agnes talking about the plot to kill her and she went to her hubby about it? He gaslit her, saying she was paranoid as such. Charlie makes such a remark in the heat of emotions of choosing Agnes or her, and he loses his shit and destroys the room. So the thing is with this is the husband's dead. He's in this room. And I feel like the argument would probably be of Agnes is acting very weird and making comments about how Agnes doesn't like her and that Agnes will probably kill her. And the husband to this day, even after dying and everything, does not believe Agnes killed Charlie. Okay. The tragedy of being oblivious. Correct. The tragedy of oblivious. I think we can do one more prompt. Yeah, we can do one more. Let's see what I get. A diamond. Wait, I think I've already pulled this card. No, I have not. Cool. We'll do one more prompt for today, and then we'll call it. Ace of Diamonds. What do I have to do? I think clubs. Nope, that's endgame. Diamonds. Another heirloom. I swear to fuck if I roll another doll, I'm quitting. I'm quitting today. A note. We got 4, which is a note. So let's roll and see how much of it is legible. Let's get a D4. Okay, got my D4. See, here's a little D4. Barely any. Barely any is legible. Who wrote it? To whom? How much can you read? So it's only going to be a couple of lines. So then I'm going to put dearest Charlie. I came across this poem. And I thought of you. Thought of you. while I've been away. It's only gonna be a couple of lines. So let's do. Let me look up something. Emily Dickinson was a very, very prominent time of this. So let's do. I know the poem. And most of the letter is blurred until this line. The carriage held but ourselves. But just ourselves. With a long dash. Love, always. The signature is faded. Make sure I'm checking things really quick. Cool. So today we did the following things. We found a note that was mostly illegible, minus a couple of lines. We got in a fight with our husband and we shoot him out of the house. Found a porcelain doll. Found some photos of our wedding day. The house was partially destroyed by fire recently. And the first time our character said, I love you. We'll tune back again on Friday at, anywhere between 9:30 a.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. Eastern for the next installment of our lovely little game of This Is My House. So far, we're wrapped up in a very clueless tragedy right now, which I'm actually kind of enjoying. It does give that haunted element vibe. I will be posting this video on YouTube tomorrow, at noon Eastern. It'll have a link to where you can buy the game and a link to the Google Doc that I'll be typing up for this game as well. So far my first impressions of the game is I really like how the way that it makes you think, and you can do some actual historical research with this game, which is a lot of fun, and I love doing historical research related things, and it is a great time. I already got the prompt for the next one for when we start back up on Friday, but I'm not going to tell you all. So on that note, have a wonderful day, everyone, and thank you for just coming and vibe and play a solo TTRPG with me and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Thank you. And it feels really good to start playing solo TTRPGs and doing this series again. So, see you on Friday with a different cup of tea and continuing our playthrough of This Is My House. Have a good day, everyone. Bye. Where is it? Oh, there it is.